Okay, gang, hour number 3 is here. We're going to head on down south and quite a bit further south, but in reality, it's a small planet. Ty Bollinger is back tonight. Ty is rapidly emerging as one of the most outspoken advocates, and brilliantly so, of so-called alternative health approaches to reacquiring vibrant and complete health without going through the rigors, if not fatal, protocols of organized medicine. I think you understand what I'm saying here. Ty, are you there?
I'm here, Jeff. How are you doing tonight?
Good. It's just fine to hear your voice, which is coming to us from a foreign country.
Yes, it is. And tonight I'm on a landline. And if you remember last time, a few months ago, we had a power outage, and I was on an internet phone. So I'm on a landline tonight, so I think we're safe.
I hear that southern accent coming right through. Where are you in general terms?
Well, I am south of the United States in Central America.
That nailed it right down. Okay.
Yeah.
But everything's going well down there?
It's beautiful. It's beautiful.
Good.
I was able to get out today. My wife and I were able to get out and got about 15 or 20 minutes of pure vitamin D out in the backyard. I usually lay on the trampoline, and she lays on a chair, and I let the kids jump all over me while I'm laying out. So got some good vitamin D. It's about 75 degrees here today and sunny, so it's beautiful.
1,000 units a day the body will produce between, I think, 10 and 2 or something like that if you're out in a swimsuit and
That's
getting
correct.
exposed to Mother Nature's vitamin D machine.
And you can pretty much rid yourself of the chances of getting the flu if you did that every day.
You won't get it. It's rare. We need to take, I'm taking, I think, 8,000 units a day, something like that, and getting out whenever I can. Tanning salons also work if you do them properly. Nothing wrong with them at all. The idea is that we need the sun. And it amazes me to this day to see people going around with dark sunglasses on, because the light from the sun often enters the eyes first. It's an open gateway of taking that energy into the body, and we don't want to wear sunglasses, friends. Ty Bollinger's book is extraordinary. It's up on his website. Simply click on his name at rense.com. Cancer, Step Outside of the Box. And the cover, of course, by our great colleague David Dees. It's a wonderful book. Cancer, Step Outside of it. If you get a verdict of cancer, first of all, go ask for 2 more opinions. Secondly, start looking at your diet immediately. I mean, we could go on and talk for hours about this. But Ty's book has been getting rave reviews. There's I guess you have a new one from Dr. Rashid Buttar?
Yes. Dr. Buttar has made headlines recently. I don't know if you're familiar. You probably are because you stay on top of things. But if you're familiar with the Washington Redskins cheerleader, her name is Desiree Jennings.
Sure.
And she got the flu shot, talking and walking.
Yeah.
And so Dr. Buttar is the doctor that did some IVs and did some heavy metal chelation and did some some oxygen therapy and several other different protocols. And within a couple months, got her back to normal.
Is she completely normal now?
To my understanding, she is completely normal now. The only thing that I've seen is that when it's kind of an odd phenomenon, but when she begins to talk about what happens, she begins to kind of have a hard time speaking again. Because Dr. Buttar talks about having kind of a glitch on the hard drive.
For sure. Well, it's wonderful. I saw her about halfway back, and it was interesting. She could do fairly well. And what was really strange about how this affected her neurology was that if she were to walk backwards, she had no problem at all. None. But
very
going
strange.
forwards, just couldn't do it. Well, that's nice to hear.
The interesting thing is, it's not interesting, it's actually kind of sad that people began to see Dr. Buttar cure her, and they began to say that she had just made it up, that he really didn't fix anything. It was just a big publicity stunt.
FDA hacks out trying to smear people.
Yes.
Probably.
Yes, as usual. That's their typical standard operating procedure, to smear the people.
Dr. Buttar says Ty Bollinger's book, it is Bollinger, is it Bollinger? Which do you prefer?
Bollinger is the way that I say it, but I'll answer to either.
How about Ty?
Ty's even better.
Okay, Ty Bollinger's book, says Dr. Buttar, Cancer, Step Outside the Box. is an extraordinarily thorough and courageously well-written book brought to fruition by the dedication of a son for his departed parents. I found it difficult to put down this exceptional book once I began reading it, and plan on recommending it to all of my patients suffering from cancer who seek treatment at our clinic, so that the light of truth and hope contained within this book can shine brightly on them as well. What a beautifully written endorsement. That's very nice.
It was. When Dr. Buttar wrote that, I couldn't believe it, because he knows how to treat cancer, and that's I couldn't believe the raving review that he gave it. So that was very impressive.
I like you, and like many of you listening, know some people who have cancer, and invariably, in my experience, when you begin to ask them about their diet, the answer as to why they're sick comes out in seconds. It's what they eat.
Yes.
Poison, toxic food. They're killing themselves with the average American diet. They know now that fast food is as addictive as nicotine and heroin because of all the MSG-like things. There are over 20, 30 different ones now. Not just different names for MSG, which there certainly are dozens, but there are many so-called natural appetite triggers that they put in food that are addictive, habituating, and force you to eat more than you want. And that feeds the cycle of obesity. You become depressed. You eat because you're depressed, and you're depressed because you eat, and it goes on and on. It's pretty disgusting. So, yes, people are killing themselves.
They are, and especially in America. America is the most obese nation on earth.
It's just amazing. All right, now we have a number of things we could talk about this evening. Cancer rates, I guess we could start there, unless you want Ty to talk about something else. Cancer rates are continuing to escalate. Again, no mystery whatsoever. Why? The mystery to me is why people don't want to understand that the meat and the dairy and the processed foods are killing them. I guess it's just because it's a cradle-to-grave mental conditioning where they cannot step away from it and break away from all of that training and brainwashing and mind control, which is what it is, programming.
It is. We've all been programmed from the time that we were born, and it is hard to break away from that. We have been programmed to eat bad foods, and it's all part of, in my opinion, a plan for keeping us sick and eventually eugenics. And I don't talk about that a lot in the book because that's not really the purpose of the book. The purpose of the book is to teach people how to stay well, to get well, stay well, to prevent cancer, to treat cancer.
But it's true. They don't want cures. They want to treat symptoms and get filthy rich in the process. And ultimately, if you die, oh well, there'll be another 10 or 20 or 100 to take your place.
Well, it is a sickness perpetuation industry. And this Obamacare will just continue that.
All right. What is your take on it? It's a 2,400-page piece of alleged legislation. I don't know how much of it you've been able to go through, but there are all kinds of things hidden in there, as they always do now with these bills, that are beyond unconstitutional, if not inhumane and inhuman. They're amazing. What are your thoughts about the bill as it was passed by the treasonous American Congress? Absolutely.
I mean, everyone that voted for this bill should be kicked out of office, even impeached.
Oh, no. That's too good for them. Yeah, I know they need
It's crazy, but it's basically just another step of our government, which is a rogue government, to take away more of our freedoms. I mean, the rationing of the health care. I mean, we're stepping closer and closer, if we're not already there, which I think we're already there, into a socialist nation. But you've got rationed health care. There's clauses in there where the government has direct access to your bank accounts for the fund transfers, which are mandatory. You basically got a government monopoly on this thing. There's no judicial review. Government can price fix, and nobody can sue the government for it. You've got a penalty in this Obamacare for any individual who doesn't have acceptable health care coverage, that they're going to be penalized 2.5% of their income if they don't.
Is that what the final formula is? 2.5% of your annual gross income? That's what you're going to be hit with?